Everybody? Okay. Let's get started today. It should be a little bit shorter because we're going to look more into the technique. So not much cardio, not much resistance, nothing much like that, but let's warm up nevertheless. So let's just start with the butterflies because we don't have to warm up that big time. So just go for the butterflies. Open up. Just go for the skips.
Sabina, hörst du uns jetzt? Ist das zweite Gerät? Okay. Weil Sarah war voll verwirrt. Ja.
Okay. Go for the hip escapes. Really quick. Bridges. Both bridge and hip escape. Bridge, escape. Back, bridge, all the way, hip escape. Good. Some back rows. Just find your space. Okay, let's hold back for a few seconds and then we go back. So we just roll, we hold here. 1, 2, 3. We go back and the other side. Pick sides, okay? Don't go full horizontal. Try not to go like this. Go sideways, roll over one shoulder. One shoulder, hold it, go back. Triangles. Okay. Let's go for some kimuras. Hold like this or cross, up to you. Kimura, each side. Good. Now, forward, push it, go back, contract, and switch to the side. Up, switch to the side. So you start on one side, contract, switch to the side, push. Good. Now you do the same, but be careful this time. You push, roll. I need you to go 180 and push. Up, push. You don't need to use your leg. You can just go straight up. The more you roll on the top of your back, the easier it gets for you. So if you try to roll with your whole back on the ground, just like this, too hard. So stay on the top of your back. Very easy for it to spin. Try to be more like this. Here, take a look. I want to stop here, just like a triangle, right? Just as I stop as a triangle. When I'm popping a triangle, I don't want to do this. I don't want it to stay like this. I stay on the top of my back. Boom, triangle. I can't even hold here. That's why we were warming up here, holding like this. It's almost the same, but I'm literally resting on my back. When I have this area here in contact with the ground, it's way easy for me to change the direction. Super easy for me to spin. Okay, so try to be on the top of your back, and then you spin. Use some momentum because in slow motion it's difficult. All right. Don't worry about it. You're going to be using it today. Let's go for hip projections. I just want you to cross. And let's talk a little bit about the transfer, the weight transfer. I want to put my weight on this side of my hip because I want to get up with this leg here. So this leg has to be light for me to have this mobility. If I just stay this and I try to come up, way harder. So what do? I transfer my weight only on this butt cheek right here, and the other one is free. Super easy for me to come up. That's a little hint for you to go for good hip projections. So we're here, but not only horizontal, I'm kind of sideways. So I just come up. Let's do some of those. Push it forward. Come up. Stay high. All the way high. Up. Don't sit on your butts. Stay up. Push it forward. Good. Nice. Now, the same principle, but I just want to do those inversions here. Myself, I call it hip inversion because you're here and it'll pretty much switch the direction. We invert the direction of your hip. Now your hip is pointing that direction. You switch it really fast. You point in that direction. We use that a lot, but we can also do this sitting. Now my hip points that direction because of the legs. So why do I have it? Why is it easy? Because I'm transferring my weight to my right and now to my left, to my right, to my left. Girls have to coordinate. Now, the same thing, I can pretty much, now that I am on this butt cheek right here, I can project my hip forwards just like before, just like this, but I don't even need this leg. I can do this. And then I switch, head up. You see, once you learn how to transfer your weight, everything gets easier. You don't even need your hand for anything. That's how you increase your mobility. Cool. All right. So one thing that I'd like to train with you guys today is how to make the Omoplata game something more fluid. Many times I see us failing on applying or finishing Omoplata because either first I fell on it by accident. And even when you have the opportunity, I don't see us doing that much because we don't train it that much. Because it's always kind of frustrating. When you apply an Omoplata, it doesn't work. So in your head, you try to avoid it. Oh, no, I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready for that yet. And then when you see many opportunities for you to pop the Omoplata, you're not even giving it. So let's get confident with the Omoplata by checking, by doing some drills so we don't even have to think about it when you're actually doing it. So the first challenge of the Omoplata is to get out of your opponent, get away from where your opponent is coming below. I'm gonna need air now. So what do I need here for the Omoplata? I need my opponent low. I need them low. But if not only I need my opponent low, I need to stay outside of him. I need to stay off him. I don't want to have my opponent laying on me because then I get trapped. So that's the first challenge, right? I want to get my opponent low, and at the same time, I want to stay right here, away from him. So I pop it, and not only I need to get out, my opponent goes down, and I need to get out, and then I have space to come up and to finish it, right? And this is where everybody fails. Everybody. Usually when you pop it, oh nice, I have it, and boom, you get trapped now, and they end up pretty much passing you. Right. Some crazy thing like that. So let's develop some moves. That's cool. That's cool. Let's develop some moves to see how we can first hold the opponent down, because especially with no gi, it's hard for us to grab. It's really unlikely that you're going to successfully grab somebody with no gi, because usually somebody's going to be too wet or going to be tired, or the grips, they just don't work. So the maximum we can do is to scoop it. So we just come up and scoop, and then we bring down. So this is the first step, right? We're down, making the guard. I want to come up. Just like if I was going for a kimura, because I need my chest hitting my opponent's chest. And then I have the control, and then I return with my opponent. So let's just do this first. No legs, don't touch legs on the ground. Just up, down, return. Up, down, return. Just do that. It's not an ab. I'm not asking you to do abs. I'm asking you to up, scoop, some arm drag, something, neck, up to you, and return. Let's go. Okay, now, it's not only, as I said, the thing about the omoplata is that you have to bring your opponent down, but not on top of it. So, remember the weight transfer that I said before? You do that, for instance. You come up, but then you just lay on one side. So, come up, grab, lay on one side. Your opponent's still here. Don't worry about it, we're gonna get there. But I just need you not going backwards horizontally, but sideways. Just lay on your shoulder, lay on the side of your rib. Let's go, let's do a few. Good. Now it comes the first what I call secrets. I don't see many people explaining this part out there. Usually what I do when I'm popping an omoplata is that I'm hitting the back of my opponent with my cap. But it's not only sideways. I'm not talking about doing this sideways, just like that. I'm talking about doing this like that. So from up to bottom. The only way for us to do it is to point the knee down. Once you point the knee down, you have your foot pointing up because they're opposite, right? So you not only come up, but now pretty much you're transferring as much weight as you can on one leg, and now your knee pretty much can point down, and then you can pull it down. And then you can pretty much chop the back of your opponent with that. Aaron, let me show you. So we're here, his posture. I'm not gonna pull anybody because I don't want a hand fight. It's not so effective. So I want to bring up and bring him down, right? But not only that, I want to take up and bring down on my side, on my shoulder, on the whole side of my body, left or right, right? But I'm turning so much side that look what I can do with my leg now. I'm pretty much, my whole weight is on my right side right now. And right now, I have enough space for me to turn my knee downwards and my foot comes up. With that, I can give a kick, a reversal, chop on the back of his omoplata, on his armpit right here. Take a look. Up. You see, I can only do that because I'm on the side of my body. Okay? So let's do this without the opponent. So I come up, sideways, boom. You can pretty much kick.
And I feel also my arm was falling like in a hole, so the control was very close. I think.
Yeah. So from here, come up, sideways already. Now, this is what's going to surprise your opponent. This kick right here. Just like in the triangle, you don't go for a super slow motion for the triangle because it's never going to work. So instead, you just make the shot. It's going to give them the, the first hit. They're going to be, oh, shoot, what's happening? Oh, I am inside of Omoplata now. So let's try more of that. We come up, sideways, kick. Let me see a few. Now, let me tell you something that's going to help you. Our opponent is laying on top of me right here, right? And I need to get out. So how am I doing to push my hip outside? And then pretty much put my opponent here and I sit there. Pretty much I'm inverting the direction of my hip again. So what you can do you remember this warm up here? This
maybe wrong.
It's the same thing. You come up on your shoulder, and now you're pretty much pointing the opposite direction. So up, go on your shoulder. You're looking to the right direction already, next to your opponent. Your hip pretty much came out of the way, automatically. You don't even have to force, you don't even have to think about it. If you want to help, you can also make a pendulum with your other leg. So you come up, grab, kick. You have the Omoplata already. Let me see some of those. All right. Okay, pay attention. Take a look at this detail here. The same side as I am rolling, as I'm coming back, so pretty much I came up, grab my opponent, I'm returning back, right? On the same side that I'm putting my weight on, now looking here, at the same side, I'm pretty much pointing my knee up, down, so my foot come up, and then give a kick like this, like I don't know, a horse kick or whatever, right? So this is going to create you the inertia for you to make them 180 degrees. So just I'll keep doing this long so that you guys can check on me at any time, all right? This is this is the secret. You do this a lot. You start like this, up, go back on your shoulder, you have an Omoplata. Let me show you an arrow. He just got a tattoo done, so it's really pleasant for him to demonstrate. Of course. It doesn't feel any pain at all. So we have it closed. I come up, grab the arm that I want to attack. That's it. Let me put Aaron here so we can explore some other angles. Up, grab. I have this arm now. I'm gonna be rolling on my shoulder here, on my right. And I'm already hip-scaping to point my knee down. I make this chop right here. And at the same time, my whole hip get out of the way. And I control the hip, of course. Let me go.
So we have every kind of angle, just
took all the angles. So right here, go up. I come up. And now, so think there. Let's try a few more. Okay, let's finish this up. The final thing, the final adjustment is to make this inversion right here. You pretty much have your opponents here now, right? And usually, everybody gets strapped with this one leg here because we make one final mistake. We don't invert it. And then for us to finish it, we don't come up. Remember? It's not only a hip projection up like this. You're not going to be able to do that with your opponent here. You can do it, but it's harder. It's way easier for you to go all the way. His arm is here. He's on your side. You're controlling the hip. You just come up. That's how you have the submission. When you have the forearm here on your belly and you're pushing it, that's how you make the break. So, we're here. Come up, spin, and now we don't finish. We don't stop here. From here, you just push that way, outside, always outside. Your opponent here, you don't do this inside, you do this outside. But now it's easy for us. We already know how to do this. It's super easy, right? We know that's all about weight transfer. So I push it to the right direction, and I finish the omoplata on your opponent. Okay, one more angle. Up, down, switch, finish. You can make everything without any stop, without pauses. So, up, grab, comes to direction right, boom, have it. Let's try a few more times. Let's go. You see, the chop only works if you hip skate enough. It only works if you go on the side enough for you to do this with your leg. Remember what I said? This knee pointing down here. So for you to do this, you have to put your hip outside as much as you can. Outside. And then you can go for the hits. You have your opponent here, but it's the same principle. You see, you just have to put your hip all the way outside. You turn it as much as you can, and then you can go for this. So, up, down. It's confusing because it's the lower leg kicking. It's not the upper leg. So you pretty much kick with the lower leg. That's what gets everybody by surprise. So just boom.
Yeah, Sabina got this.
Yeah, they got this. Stefan, come all the way up, okay? All the way up. And now you just return on your side. Enough, turning the hip enough for you to make this kick here. And then you just combine this roll here that we use to warm up. You pretty much roll on the side of your. Remember this? Also warm up. Again, hey, not talking about rolling like this, okay? Sideways. It's not a side roll. It's an on top roll. Here. It's this roll here on a lower level. Pretty much on this level here. But it's not the same as rolling on my back. I'm not rolling on my back like this. This is something completely different inside our context. Up, sideways, make the roll, make the kick, right direction, hip projection. Okay, let me give you a little challenge now. Everybody knows, like it's easy, it's still easy for you. So, everybody knows that we can connect the three sisters I call, the triangle, the omoplata, and the arm lock, the arm bar. What if we go for the omoplata, and then usually we have like that strong friend that pretty much pops you up and then smashes you and passes your guard. The best antidote for that is to put him inside a triangle. So we're gonna pop an omoplata all the way, do all the moves for the omoplata, and then we do some reversal, some steps backwards, and then we hit the triangle. Look at that. So I came up, brought it down, kicked the omoplata, and finished it. They defended. I just returned, do the same thing, and now I have a triangle. So I went back and forth. So 1, 4, switch the direction, whoop, here. And then we return and roll on the same side of my back. And I have a triangle on this side. So remember the warm up. One side, the other side. But now I do with the momentum. Sounds complicated, but you're just doing things backwards. That's the only thing you're doing. Nothing but that. We get him up, grab the arm, lay it down, go for that tap, omoplata, defending. Remember, I have to make the weight transition to the other way. Now I have the shoulder. And then I can close the triangle. And I get close to the camera. I need 4 cameras there. Invest.
I have more much more cameras.
Okay. So, let me change the side. Up, grab on the back, hit the omoplata, adjust the direction of the leg, pop up, go back. You see? Switch it again, shoulder, and now triangle. I got too close. That's the homework. Let me do more. I messed up. Let me start over. Up, grab, whoop, outside, pop, turn, reverse, shoulder, triangle. All right. Let's do some live demonstration. So, okay. Up, return, pop. Make sure I have the right direction of my feet. The arm is positioned. I come up, I have a tap. They defend. And close. You see, from here, arrow defended. I tapped. Once more. I'm sloppy because I'm rushing to that. From here, right? Good. Just return, keep the control. You see, I am on my back now. I'm pretty much making this. But this time I'm using arrow. With the solo drill, I don't have it, so I can roll pretty much on my back. From here, down, down, down. Boom. Again, remember, he's coming up. Transfer the weight to your side. Roll on your shoulder, and come the triangle. Bring the triangle coming down here, and close it.
Yeah, so tight.
We're recording it. We can watch more times until we get it.
That's what you mentioned before, because usually I will try to step past you and pressure you to death.
Okay. And then I'm waiting for you to do that because I know pretty much how to switch my direction. And
yeah, it's an awkward angle to shoot a triangle. But when I say upwards, okay, it's okay.
But that's why people start connecting those two. They learn in a very early stage, and they succeed on a very late stage because they have to get used to this hip inversion mid-air. It's all in the shoulder. Let's check the time.
Yeah, very good. Awesome. Ja, Sabina, funktioniert das für euch?
They got it. They got it. Doing fine. Okay. All right. That's the technique I had for today. And of course, it's not only, I'm not teaching how to apply an omoplata here. You guys already know that. And there are lots of content out there. Also to show some solo drills for you to improve the omoplata game. So what I did was to compile some stuff that I saw with, of course, what I usually do, right? This pop, this hit, this kicking on the back of the on the back of the shoulder, it's always do some magic for me. So I hope it helps you guys too. So again, you're not going to be doing it perfectly at first, but it's a solo drill. So it's a way that's going to be helping you to apply a better omoplata when you really need it. So you don't even have to think about it, right? I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had fun. And see you guys next class. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Danke. Tschüss.
Thank you, Rita.